We are live.
All right. Hello, beautiful ladies, and I guess gentlemen too, if you're listening to this. This is the Fearless Online Entrepreneurs Hangout. Every day we get together, we share and motivate for you some tips and ideas that can get you going a little bit more in your business. My name is Jody Maley. I am from beautiful Quesnel, British Columbia, up here in Canada, and I have on my panel today Diane Klein, Paula Warfield, and Rachel Kelly. So we are going to discuss a little bit today about how to be 100% committed in your business. And it's kind of funny because when I was doing my own personal morning stuff, I just love how God brings us all together, right? When I was going through my own personal daily motivation and I was listening to an Audible track, and it was with Rhonda Bryan from The Secret. And what she was saying is that most people have a tipping point, and that tipping point is 50%. So when you tip your scales to even 51%, you are on the positive side of the tipping point. So I'm really looking forward to what we're reading today. We are following Jack Canfield in a book, and if you want a copy of that, just get with the person who invited you here, and we'll give you the Amazon copy. And we're starting today at chapter 35. So does anyone want to start reading?
Oh, I can read.
Excellent. Thank you, Rachel.
It says 99% is a bitch. 100% is a breeze. There is a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when it is convenient. When you're committed to doing something, you accept no excuses, only results. Ken Blanchard. In life, the spoil of victory goes to those who make a 100% commitment to the outcome. To those who have a no matter what it takes attitude, they give it their all. They put everything they have into getting their desired results. Whether it be in an Olympic gold medal, the top sales award, a perfect dinner party, an A in the microbiology, or their dream house, what a simple concept that is. Yet you'd be surprised how many people wake up every day and fight with themselves over whether or not to keep their commitment, stick to their discipline, or carry out their action plans. The no excuse rule. Successful people adhere to the no exceptions rule when it comes to their daily disciplines. Once you make a 100% commitment to something, there are no exceptions. It's a done deal, non-negotiable, case closed, over and out. If I make a 100% commitment to monogamy, that is it. I never have to think about it again. There are no exceptions, no matter what the circumstance. It ends the discussion, closes that door, permits no other possibility. I don't have to wrestle with that decision every day. It's already been made. The die has been cast. All the bridges are burned. It makes life easier and simpler and keeps me on focus. It frees up tons of energy that would otherwise be spent internally debating the topic over and over, because all the energy is expanded on internal conflict is unavailable to use for creating other achievements. If you make the 100% commitment to exercise every day for 30 minutes, no matter what, then it is settled. You simply just do it. It doesn't matter if you are traveling, if you have a 7 o'clock television interview, if it's a rainy outside, if you went to bed late last night, if your schedule is full, or if you simply don't feel like it. You'll just do it anyway. It's like brushing your teeth before you go to bed. You always do it, no matter what. If you find yourself in bed and you have forgotten, you get out of bed and brush them. It doesn't matter how tired you are or how late it is. You just do it. Back to you, Jody. You want me to keep reading?
Sorry, I was muted. I don't want people hearing me slurping my coffee in the background. That's great. If someone else wants to pick up reading, that would be good. I think we should start telling jokes on these hangouts, by the way, because this was a note from my son. You guys are boring. Kids. All right, who would like to pick that up? Paula?
We're business people, Jody. Just business people are serious first, and then they play around.
That's right. and this next sentence, only on a full moon. Oh, I could take that so many different ways right now.
I can jump out and agree, Jody.
All right, would you like to pick that up, Di or Paula?
I will. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Only on a full moon. My mentor, Sid Simon, is a successful speaker, trainer, best-selling author, and poet who splits his time between Hadley, Massachusetts in the summer and Sanibel, Florida in the winter. When I was a graduate student at the University of Massachusetts, that's a tongue twister, Sid was the most popular professor in the Department of Education. One of Sid's highest priorities is his health and fitness. At 77 years old, he still bikes on a regular basis, takes supplements, eats healthy foods, and, oh yes, he allows himself a bowl of ice cream on the one day a month when there's a full moon. When I attended Sid's 75th birthday celebration, over 100 of his family members, closest friends, and adoring former students came from all across the country to celebrate with him. Dessert was the standard birthday cake and ice cream. Only one problem though, there wasn't a full moon. To cajole him into giving himself permission on this once-in-a-lifetime special occasion, 4 people who knew of Sid's commitment dressed as a moon goddess and entered the room carrying a huge full moon made out of a cardboard and aluminum foil. So there would be a virtual full moon for Sid. But even with all of that loving persuasion, Sid stood firm on his commitment and declined the ice cream. He knew if he broke his commitment this one time, it would be that much easier to break it the next time he was offered ice cream. It would be easier to rationalize, justify, and explain away his commitment. Sid knew that 100% commitment is actually easier to keep, and he was unwilling to undermine years of success for other people's approval. We all learned a lot about true self-discipline that night. And then there's a comic script here, and there's a lady talking to a guy. I'm going to order a broiled skinless chicken breast. Oh, I guess she's ordering from a waiter. I'm going to order broiled skinless chicken breast, but I want you to bring me lasagna and garlic bread by mistake. No matter what, Dr. Wayne Dyer, internationally renowned motivational speaker and host of the PBS show The Power of Intention, is another friend of mine who has made a similar commitment to his health and fitness. For 22 years, Wayne ran every day for a minimum of 8 miles. Wow, I can't even make 2. Every day without fail. Wayne has been known to run up and down hotel stairwells and hallway during freezing weather in New York, and even up and down airplane aisles during the international flights. Whether your discipline is to read for an hour, practice the piano 5 days a week, make 2 sales calls every day, learn a new language, practice typing, hit 200 golf balls, do 50 sit-ups, run 6 miles, meditate, pray, read the Bible, spend 60 quality minutes with your kids, or whatever else you need to do to achieve your goals, commit 100% to those daily disciplines that will get you there. One final reason 100% is so important. The powerful 100% commitment also figures critically in other important areas. For instance, the workplace. Consider what a commitment to just 99.9% quality would mean in the following work situations. It would mean 1 hour of unsafe drinking water every month, 2 unsafe landings in O'Hare International Airport each day, 16,000 lost pieces of mail per hour, 20,000 incorrectly filled drug prescriptions every year, 500 incorrect surgical operations performed each week, 50 newborn babies dropped at birth by doctors every day. Wow. 22,000 checks deducted from the wrong account each hour. Your heart failing to beat 32,000 times each year. Can you see why 100% is such an important percentage? Just think how much better your life and the whole world would work if you were committed to 100% excellence in everything you do.
Yep. Kind of gives you just a pause to think and grasp that all in. One thing I tell my children, I want you to do your best in school, and if you're in the classroom, if you actually gave it your 100% while you're there in classroom time, you won't have homework, and you would have everything completed and done and handed in. And I don't think, every once in a while, my 2 children now bring home homework, but it's probably once every 2 or 3 weeks. And that's a commitment that I want my children to make. So whenever, you're in a commitment to be at school or to be at work or to be a mom or a dad, you have to give it that 100% commission. That's really good. But you have to give it that 100% attention to what you are doing, because without that 100%, just like you said, so much stuff could fall on the side, without doing that. Does anyone else have some thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I'm going to have to confess, I'm not my love for people, my caring, my kindness for people is 100%. But when I vacuum, I'm not 100%. Whereas my husband, he is precise. It has to be to the tiniest inch, whatever's under an inch. And he's a carpenter and he's a construction guy. So he is very precise. In his garage, his tools need to be on the exact spot. When he comes home, he loves a nice, tidy house, and I can understand that. And my kids are taking after him, too. And I think that's so great, and I think we have so much to learn. So this is opening my eyes with this list of things that can happen. Like if your heart would skip a beat, that would be a tragedy, right? And if doctors would drop babies or all those other examples, and it's really true. We do need to start giving our 100% in every areas of life.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jody, I'd like to jump out for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, for individuals who are not used to 100% commitment, it's very difficult. I believe that commitments come from when we were children. We learn how to, if our parents don't teach us about commitment, and our life is kind of like I'm here today, I'm here tomorrow. And I always talk about how, I used to love, working from home because of the fact that, no one was breathing down my throat. No one was telling me what to do. But as years have gone by, I've discovered that, you now need to be telling yourself what to do. You still need to be committed. And a lot of people they fail in business and in life because they fail to commit themselves to whatever they're doing. And one of the reasons why I started this hangout was for commitment purposes. It's like, because I was like, I get up today, I might do something, I may not do nothing. That's just kind of how I used to be.
Right.
And I started this hangout to make me commit. And no matter whether I want to be here or not, I am here. Some days I don't feel like being here. Some days I just want to go out, have fun, and do something. But I want to be committed to my team. I want to be able to provide this because I know, and we all on this panel know, that personal development is crucial. I mean, really crucial for you to grow. And I look at my 19-year-old son, who, I know he's not here on this hangout, but he hears me every day. And yesterday, it's not like, sometimes if you are, I'm not going to say sometimes, all the time, if you are a personal development person and you're always talking about personal development, but then you have someone that's talking negative, it kind of like rubs you the wrong way. And I'm saying to him, son, now, you hear me every day. When are you going to pick this up? When are you going to change that? Because, we already know in business, things are always not going to run smoothly. You're going to have a problem every now and then. You're going to run into a bump. It's a part of the process. So accept the part of the process, adjust to it, and move forward. So yesterday, he said something. He said, Mom, I'm just realizing that this is just a part of what happens. I said, woo, I almost jumped out of my seat when he said it, because I was like, yes, he got it, So, commitment is so crucial. And one of the things that I really, really encourage people to do is commit to personally growing, commit to personal development, because as I have stepped into committing to this, it's helping me grow as a person, in my business, in my life, in my relationship with my children, in my relationship with my family. So I didn't mean to take over, but this commitment thing is really, really big. And I mean, I'm just loving where we're at. It's like, I want to just say, and I really want to say thank you to Diane and Jody, because I put off, I tell you guys, if I can give it away, I am. That's what we're working on. And those of you that are listening in, and that are on our team, we really, really want to encourage you to connect with your leader if they are on this panel. And if you're on my team personally, I want you to connect with me too, because right now, we talked about this. I'm going to share this with you guys real quick before and Jody, please forgive me if I'm jumping in here, but I think this is just an ideal
good stuff.
And your son said we were boring, so I'm trying to liven it up some here. So we talked about, we are looking for people on our team that's committed to growing their business. And so if you're listening in and you're committed to growing your business, we are committed to giving you our time and working with you to help you to become one of the next millionaires in our company, okay? That's what we're committed to. And so what we want to do is, right now we are working on outsourcing our entire life. No, not our entire life. Yes, you know me, I outsource it all if I can.
I will.
Right? But we're after we hang up from here, just give you guys a bit of what goes on after we hang up from here. Right now we are we're in the stages of hiring our virtual assistants, our designers, the people that are researching our products. That's what we're doing right now. And we want to help you to find true freedom. And if you are on our team, then we want you to be a part of that. So I want to really, really encourage you. There is some qualifications, and get with your leader, because your leader will let you know what those qualifications are, because we're building leaders. And if you are committed, 100% committed to your business, then we want you to be on here. We want you to be a part of that outsourcing process, because that is a big part. And outsourcing is a little bit more detailed and complicated than what most think. And it's really nice when you have someone to help you in that. So I'm out of the way, Jody. Just want to encourage you all to get with your leader and find out more about that. Back to you, Jody.
And you know what? I think that for myself, and Diane and I talked about this because we're each other's accountability partners, and I said to her the other day, I had to confess, I have this, my daily income activities, but I don't have just daily income activities on there too. I have a half-hour stretching after this hangout because my neck and shoulders all get tight sitting so much in front of the computer and stuff. And I had to confess to Diane, I'm like, yeah, I haven't been doing my exercises. I haven't been following through with even my own personal commitments, because at the beginning of the year, I had read The Power of Focus, and The Power of Focus is all about changing 4 habits. So one of my habits was to get off the computer and actually do real things, and to make a commitment to, get out there and exercise and stretch out my neck and shoulders so I wouldn't have a migraine. And then I had to confess that to Diane. I'm like, I get so enthused when we get off this call that the thing is that I do want to work on stuff. And then I'm like, no, I have to commit to the stretching my neck and commit to my own personal stuff as well as my business, and having that balance, right? Mm-hmm. And the first day I did that, next day I had 2 signups.
There you go.
You might think it's coincidence or, oh, maybe they were just ready. You know what? No. It's that I made a commitment to my health first and my family first. And I think that one of our leaders, Keisha, had said, you know, what are your goals and what are your dreams? And I had to type in there, I'm living it right now. I'm on my way out to a ball game. You know, I wanted to start this business for the time freedom to be there for all my kids' stuff. But yet, if you're going to be at home in front of your computer and not really, you know, doing your business activities and you're just hanging out on Facebook or hanging out on Twitter or Pinterest, that's time in your wheel that you are missing the boat. So if you're in this business, you know, do the work now if that's what you need to do, because we all know you have to commit to the work, but you also have to commit to your family and do the things that are fun as well. Do you have anything to say, Paula? You're awfully quiet.
I'm just taking in all the nuggets. I'm good. Thank you.
I'll just jump out here for a sec and share a little bit. And what I'd like to say is you do have to be disciplined to work and home in your own business, because I never had a problem being committed to stuff that I commit to, from church functions to leading groups. The jobs that I had, I was always committed to everything. But once I started staying home and I was working on this myself, I had to discipline myself to be committed to working on the computer and not be distracted by housework, not be distracted by what the kids were working on. I had to actually start closing my door and saying, okay, this is my time. I have to focus on what I'm doing here, and I have to do this, because if I want my business to grow, then I have to work on it and I have to focus. So that's just something, if you guys are thinking out there, well, why can't I do it? You can do it. Just make the decision to do it, and maybe write out. Jody knows I'm not a list person. I had to make myself a list and say, okay, this is the hours I'm working, and this is the hours I'm spending with the kids. This is what I'm doing housework, and this is when I'm doing that.
Yeah. And it was a struggle for you, but I kept at you every day. I haven't seen your list yet. Excuse me, Miss Diane, I have not seen your list yet.
I appreciate you.
Wow, you guys are awesome accountability partners. I just love that. Paula, don't you just love how they just hold each other accountable? This is so cool.
Yeah, I do. We definitely have to take away some of their ways of doing and being with each other.
You know what? You know what's so cool though is they say that you are like the five, you know, like your income or whatever is like the five people that you hang around. So Paul, I think we're in a good place right now, huh? Yeah. I think we're in a good place, especially when it comes to accountability partners. And you know, and even in income. Stop and think about it. Who do we hang around every day? You know, we have connections that, you know, our team leaders is making like 211. So if I take my 211 and the other council members that I'm hanging around, and then you guys, I mean, if we come all together, can you imagine our incomes? They're going to be awesome. They are awesome. But something back to commitment that I thought about as you all were speaking, and that is that when you have, especially like when you're in a situation where I am, you know, my whole entire childhood was very unstable, extremely unstable. And so what happens as a child, you grow up that way. And I shared a little bit earlier about how difficult that can be. So what has to happen for me is that I have to literally, and this is what I realized recently, that I literally have to take advantage of affirmations. Because subconsciously in the back of my mind, I have learned how, and Diane, this might be why, you know, Jody is so good for you, and you may be going through the same thing, I'm not sure, but I grew up not being consistent. And so my subconscious mind has learned how to do that. So the only way that I'm going to be able to totally break free from that is to be using affirmations. It just kind of like, as you guys were talking, I'm like, okay, so this area I am very committed in. This area I still struggle with. But the only way that I'm going to change every area is in affirmations. So what needs to be my biggest task on my list every day, where I'm thinking that maybe it's this hangout, because that's where I'm at right now, is my commitment here. But my commitment needs to be affirmations every day. So the question is, what is your commitment need to be? I know that's where my 100% commitment needs to be, because I'll do a schedule, and that schedule will go good for a week or two, and the next thing you know, because it hasn't been 21 to 30 days, I'm like, I went to the event, and I am back off track so bad. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I sat down, we had this little schedule going. Remember, we had this schedule going, and I was like rocking it. And all of a sudden, we went to the event, and I'm like, okay, where was I at? So it's really, so my 100% commitment to you all is that I will be doing my daily affirmations every day, and I want you all as my team members, my awesome team members, hold me accountable to affirmations, not this hangout. If I don't show up at this hangout, I'm doing my affirmation, right? So if I'm in the bed, I'm getting up and I'm doing my affirmations.
Yeah.
So I want to hear from you all. What is your 100% commitment? And I'm sorry, I'm taking over, but you guys can tell me later.
You know what? I totally agree with that. And I think Di and I discussed this the other day too. We made commitment a couple months ago to do a video every day, and we both have been doing that. I've actually been doing them, but my computer sometimes takes so long to load. They're all just sitting there. I have about 50 videos waiting to be uploaded. But we took that commitment with another leader. And so both of us have made that commitment every day to do a video and to do our daily affirmations, like you said. And last week, Di had 2 people as well sign up in one day, and she texted me, and then we Skyped, because it's like we can't sometimes type fast enough on Facebook. So then we're like, let's just Skype. It's just way easier than trying to sit there and yak what we wanted to say. And she hit it right on the head. It's like, we've been doing these affirmations and these videos every day, and then she said, I came to the conclusion last week that I just finally believed them. I finally believed and had the belief in my heart that it came true. And I'm like, you are so right. Like, there's that difference of doing it, and then there's that difference of believing what you're actually doing. So to start with, you might not have your whole heart right here into doing that affirmation, or what your goal is, or how you want to change people's lives. But one day, all of a sudden, that love just hits you right in the heart and through your whole body, that you're like, I do believe this. This is happening. This is changing right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just don't give up. Never, ever give up. Just keep doing them. Even if you forget at night, like Rachel says, get up, do your affirmations in front of the mirror. Do whatever you're doing in front of the mirror. It's the same as brushing your teeth and doing everything else that you have a habit of doing already.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it will just click, because your subconscious mind is just kicking in.
I think, too, when I'm thinking about this, is like, as far as income goes, I think I reached some goals that maybe I didn't think I would reach. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did think I was going to reach it. That's the reason why I reached it. I believed it. So my habit has been, because, Jody, you're reading the same book that I think you said you may have read it. I am reading it now. I started reading it when I was on my way to Vegas. Power of Focus. And it begins with a habit. Right? So if you have a bad habit, you got to change that habit. And so, again, we talked about subconscious mind, et cetera, et cetera. So where I had to start is the habit is just doing what I want to do when I want to do it. Of course, that's what we're living for, is that kind of freedom. But in the meantime, you have to go through some processes, as we've learned, that you can't skip a step. This is all part of the process. You can't be skipping this step. This is an important step. So, for me, it's just, I just got this big aha when he talked about brushing your teeth. If you need to brush your teeth, you get out of bed, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth. Well, if you forget to do your affirmations, Rachel, you get out of bed, because you know that this is crucial for you. So my habit has to be, for the next 21 days, to make sure that I'm doing an affirmation every day. And I think one of the problems is that people try to take on, we talked about this in the book, and we talked about it, I think, yesterday. People try to take on too many habits and change too fast. They want to do 10 things at one time.
Yeah.
But something so powerful as affirmations, which is going to cover my business, it's going to cover my family life, it's going to cover my relationships. Those affirmations are going to cover everything. And as I am doing them for 21 days, things are going to start happening naturally for me anyway, without even trying it, you know. So,
yeah.
wow.
And I think if you're writing as if, you know, we talked before about this or something better. And one of the big steps that I always coach every team member that I've ever worked with and have been on the downline under me, I'm like, do you like doing dishes? Do you like doing housework? And of course everyone's like, no. Then you need to hire someone. And everyone, right at that, as soon as they say that, they think, and here's what goes on in women's head. Well, what will my friends say? What will my husband say? You know, I have kids who are able. I'm able to do it. Why would I, you know, pay for something as little as housekeeping? So what I usually have my girls do is, you know what, write out, like if you had a housekeeper coming today, what would you want her to have done? Okay, so you make a little list. I want the dishes done. I want the laundry folded and put away. I want this bathroom cleaned today and some whatever. And you put that task there as if you are setting it for your maid. Even if right now you're the one doing it, that's okay. Because eventually you are sending out that as if statement that, you know, one day you will have a maid. And those are the daily tasks you want them to do. So if you, just as you said with your affirmations, if you do it and you're in the process of doing it every single day, what happens is it will become your reality. And you will come to a place where you're like, you know what, I made $20 today. That means I can pay someone for 2 hours worth of housekeeping. You know, so it's all in your perspective. It's all what you really want to do. Like I said, my goal was to, you know, watch my kids play ball. Well, that would be really crappy if instead of playing ball, I decided to be out here, you know, and scrolling through other people's Facebooks, right? You got to act as if it's already there. And, you know, you got to make your list to the universe, too.
Absolutely. Actually, I just had that texting message from my husband this morning, and I said, we have to live as if we're there already.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we're going to end the call here. We're already just a little bit past the half hour that we had said. And I just want to encourage everyone here that when you have your dreams, your family will have that. They'll start seeing it, too. I'm pretty lucky that at 5 o'clock when we have our nightly hangouts, it's actually our dinner time. So my family has no choice. They have to watch the hangout too, or if I'm even on the hangout. But here's the power of when your family becomes involved, and I have it right here. Here's $300. I love our Canadian money. I'm sorry, guys, but it's so pretty. Here is $300 that my husband gave me and said, put that on your visa. I haven't done it yet because I just like having the money right here. So I personally believe every day that's going to be attracted to me through my eBay. But you know what? When you have your family behind you, really behind you like that, then things even start happening more quick because it's not just your belief, it's your family's belief too. So if you have been online or you have struggled with a business of some sort, this is what we want to provide to you guys. We want to provide you the daily inspiration, the daily go-tos that you can just take some of these nuggets we've given you and put that into practice today. Practice what you preach, right? And so I want to encourage you to also check us out on Facebook, Fearless Online Entrepreneurs. We might be changing the name up here because we're growing and we are, you know, expanding a little bit differently. So you guys take care. Have a great day. We will see you all tomorrow.
Woohoo! I can't find the clapper, but woohoo!
And we're still live.